There is no better way of celebrating Australia Day than being out on the water, and especially the beautiful waters of Sydney Harbour. So on the 26th of January 2019, I grabbed my kayak, a couple of fishing rods and headed out. I dropped the kayak in at Rose Bay and started the 1.5 kilometre paddle out to Shark Island. Now, touch wood, I've never seen a shark while I've been in a kayak, and if I do see one day, that could be the end of my kayak fishing. But anyway, didn't see one. I'd heard there was some kingfish about and I was keen to catch one. Never caught a kingfish before, let alone one in a kayak, and I was lucky enough to hook and land one. I think it was about 73 centimetres long. So if you want to see how that panned out, watch the video. So drop the kayak down the boat ramp at Rose Bay and get ready for the 1.5 kilometre paddle out to the Shark Island. Beautiful day for it, nice and sunny. But seeing as though it's 1.5 kilometres of paddle, I think it takes about 45 minutes. I might as well put a lure behind me. And also I'm just going to put a dead bait. Sometimes I'll hook up a yakka, drop it in. This time around I've just got a dead pilly. But you just never know. Pop that in. Trot it along behind the kayak. And you just never know what might happen between the wharf and the island. Speed this bit up for you because it's a bit boring, but I'll tell you what, it does takes a bit out of you, and luckily you can see the water's fairly calm, not too much wind. Biggest thing with the kayak, this thing's like a bathtub, and it also catches the wind, so you always keep an eye on the weather. And about 40 minutes later, that's actually Shark Island you can see in the background, and what I'm searching for here is a deep hole that I found with a fish finder, and it drops down to about 30 metres. It's a little bit difficult to work out the dimensions of the hole, but I believe it's about probably 30 metres across, maybe a bit bigger. So, well, but in the meantime, I have actually hooked something on my lure. I've been towing it around for a little bit, didn't even realise. So obviously not that big, and certainly not a kingfish. I'm hesitating there because I'm wondering, what is that? And then I realised it's a slimy mackerel. I've never actually caught a slimy mackerel before, normally catch yakkers, but I figured this fellow will do for some live bait. So I might as well pull up that pilly, take off the dead bait, and send down something that's alive and kicking, and hopefully hook up to a fish. Just put a hook through its back, and I've also got a stinger rig on the back which has got a treble, hook that into his tail, a couple of big bean sinkers on there taken down to the bottom, release the bail arm and send down that slimy mackerel. Takes a while to get down to 30 metres. Let the sinkers touch the bottom and bring them up a couple of metres. Keep the fish off the bottom, but close to where the fish are hopefully feeding. And then it's just a case of have a bit of a drink and hurry up and wait. Who knows? I'm blowing around a bit, so we'll just relocate. Always got the current of the water coming in or out of Sydney Harbour. Time to check the livey, see how he's going. Okay, so he's not alive anymore. That's a bit odd. Just missed the stinger hook at the back there, but something's come along and chopped off his tail. I didn't realise at the time, but it was more than likely a Tailor. Apparently there's some big Tailor down at the bottom of Sydney Harbour. Tailor like to take the tails off things. Once the tail's bitten off, they're easy prey and they can catch them and eat them. But he's all I've got for bait, so he will do. Drifting off course again, so we'll just relocate. Got my spots marked on my GPS on the fish finder. Using a little Garmin Strike 4. Wind's starting to pick up a bit now, and it's going in the opposite direction of the current. So I'll hook up the sea anchor, and that'll slow down the rate in which I get blown around. Depending on the situation, the sea anchor works a lot better than a normal little anchor. I do have one on the kayak as well. Check that bait again, see how things are going. Be quiet, been out there for a while now, the sun's high in the sky. Doesn't look that appetising, but it's all I've got. See a beautiful city landscape in the background there. Swell's starting to pick up a bit, not quite as still as it was early in the morning. Takes a fair bit of line to get down that deep. Just bring it up off the bottom. Pretty warm day, so I better keep hydrated. Oh, now we've got some action. Unfortunately, the little camera on the front of the kayak is in a waterproof cover and it muffles the majority of the sound. So good to hear that reel screaming away as that fish is taken off. If you watch the background, you can see that it pulls the kayak around a fair bit. Yep, might not look like it, but I'm a bit excited. This is the biggest thing I've ever hooked in a kayak. Hopefully I can land it. There's a couple of boats in the background. Also fishing for kingfish, and they're watching me and cheering me on. It's up a nice fight, a little kingfish. I'm not sure how I'd go for quite a really big one. I can see he's well and truly hooked. Just grab the treble stinger hook on the back. Now I just need to tail grab him and get him back in the kayak without falling in. And how good is that? 73 centimetres long. In Australia they've got to be 70 centimetres to be legal. Too big to get a selfie with the phone. What a cracker.